Prime Minister Netanyahu's bizarre U-turn. He proudly promoted a migrant deportation deal, then pulled the plug literally hours later. Within a 20-hour window, the Prime Minister's office released 4 statements and did a total 180 on their plan to deport about 16,000 illegal African migrants to Western countries and give legal temporary status to more than 16,000 others. Here's what Netanyahu said yesterday afternoon.
I brought an agreement that takes the infiltrators to a third country. But sometimes there are surprises. The third country could not handle the pressure and it withdrew from the agreement. So I had to make a new agreement, a better one. It expels about 16,000 people, while the agreement with the third country would have expelled only around 14,000. Those who stay will remain here temporarily for the next 5 years. For me, this isn't the end of the story, but we will remove them from South Tel Aviv.
But then just hours later, after furious backlash, particularly within other ministers of the coalition, he backpedaled. At first, Netanyahu said he was suspending the deal. Then within the last 2 hours, he said he scrapped the arrangement entirely. Netanyahu's announcement about his new arrangement with the UN came as a surprise to nearly everyone, the Israeli public, news channels, even his own government. His ministers were outraged. Here's the reaction from Education Minister Naftali Bennett. He was outspoken against the plan to give legal status to those undocumented migrants. Netanyahu suspended the agreement. That Bennett applauded the decision on social media. You can see the difference in those 2 statements on your screen. Now, most of the 35,000 undocumented African migrants come from either Eritrea or Sudan, the overwhelming majority of them concentrated in South Tel Aviv. Now, we're going to introduce in studio Tiklit Michael. Tiklit is an asylum seeker from Eritrea. He's lived in Tel Aviv for 14 years, arriving to this country as a teenager. But first, let's turn to our correspondent, Mike Wagenheim, who's reporting live for us. Mike, it is hard for a politician to backpedal as fast as Netanyahu did. What explains that really quick, complete reversal of policy?
Well, I think we're all trying to figure out how to explain it because it's really inexplicable. You know, a lot of people try to tie Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump together. The Prime Minister of Israel has been taking some pages out of the playbook of the U.S. president. What we didn't expect to see is taking a page in the way that this initiative was so haphazardly rolled out without consulting any of the major players within the deal itself. The Tel Aviv community wasn't consulted. Obviously, the cabinet and the right-wing partners of Netanyahu weren't consulted. He even mentioned some countries that would be involved in the deal, like Germany and Italy, and those countries said, we have no part of this. This is the first time we're hearing about this. So the way that this went down is really indescribable, especially for a seasoned political operative like Benjamin Netanyahu. But this process, Jeff, started a long time ago. The government has been criticized for the way they've handled this migrant issue almost from day one, and the slow walking of the asylum applications and the way that was handled, to the increasing crime in the Tel Aviv area and the lack of coordination with the police and the relevant parties in there as well.